Ready to lose the hat and regrow the hair? With Chews by Hims, you can regain your hair and your confidence. Our chews are powered by
Might help if I turn the camera on. It might help if I turn the camera on. Got the camera turned off. what you know no good. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Y'all come on in here. Y'all go ahead and pull up a little later than normal. You know, life be lifing, man. Got life be lifing. Like stuff be going on, you know. So I mean, I pop up when I can pop up. You know what I'm saying? Life be lifing. We got the we're gonna go ahead and get to it, man. I'm gonna share the Zoom link in the chat. I'm gonna share the Zoom link in the chat. And then we're gonna get to it because I ain't got much time to be before you. Hopefully that's the right thing. Is that the right thing? Yeah, hopefully that's the right one. The Zoom link is pinned to the chat. Y'all go ahead and click on the Zoom link and pull up if you got any questions. When I get into it, I'm not gonna really be looking at the chat tonight because I got to go ahead and get through this because I got some other stuff I need to do, and then I need to do the Asian stream tonight with the Asian assassins. All right, so let's go ahead and get to it, man. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. If it's your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, please allow me to say welcome. If it's not your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, I still want to say welcome, but I want to give you a nice hearty. But thank you for always tuning in to Tim's Tidbits. If you don't know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rodson, aka Aranya Grande. That's just Big Spot if you know how to put a Spaniel. And you are now in tune to another episode of the Intraday Price Action Recap. That's what they say right now. You feel me? Hey, let's go on and get right to it, man. I'll just leave that up and let's get to the charts, man. Let's get to the charts. I already updated by day. I updated my charts for the next day, getting ready for the Asian session tonight. But we're gonna go back and look at price. And this is where price began, right here. I was the beginning of trading at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday, May the 21st. Right? Wednesday, May the 21st. That's what we opened up with price action right there. And as you can see, price did a whole bunch of nothing all the way up until after 7:30 this morning. Right here on the 7 o'clock candle, we popped up above the buy side here, taking out all this buy side and taking out an afternoon high from yesterday. All right. Taking out all night long up until 7 o'clock in the morning, we never broke outside of this small little range right here. Right. From that high there, okay, that high right there to that low right there. We never traded outside of that range all night long, all night, right? From the 6 o'clock open. No, we did right here on London. We poked above there on London, right? Looked like we didn't do it, but right there on London, we did poke above there on London. And then, but we just, kept consolidating, right? Just a very small little poke above, right? Then here at 7 o'clock, one more time, traded up into this bearish order block from 2:30 p.m. Yesterday, right? And then dumpity dump, all the way down and took out the sell side, right? So now that we've come up, taking out the buy side, taking out the sell side, right? Now, boop, that's our range that we're looking at right there. This sell side right here at 8:15 in the morning, that ended up being the daily low, right? We never traded any lower than that. Then price, this was just engineering liquidity. Then price, got a little bit smooth for a very small amount of time, right? So from 7 a.m. all the way over to, I'll say, roughly 11, right? From 7 a.m. over to roughly 11. This little window of time right here, price was relatively nice. And then we went back into a holding pattern, all right? Went back into a holding pattern for the rest of the day, right? Trade now. Could you have traded? You had traded opportunities in here? Yes, sure. But as a overall day, bunch of consolidation, nice price movement, bunch of consolidation, right? Because this here is the close, right? There. Bunch of consolidation, nice price movement, then a bunch of consolidation, right? Today, just like many other days that we've been seeing, have been very, very difficult to trade, right? This was Tuesday. We didn't do a price action recap yesterday, right? So the 21st, okay. Right. We had a large range day yesterday. So this mediocre price action is warranted because this is Tuesday, right? Look at Tuesday's price action. We come down, right? We go up and then we drop all the way down here, right? Very large range day. So this mediocre price action here is not unwarranted, right? Anytime you get a very large range day, right, you can anticipate the next day being a nothing burger, right? We had a complete nothing burger throughout the Asian and the London, right? Pre-market and going into the early portion of New York, decent price action, and then a whole bunch of take your money over here, right? Because if you was looking for price to keep running higher or looking for price to keep running lower, right, you was getting ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, right? You had to play within the range. You couldn't be looking for higher highs or lower lows. You had to play inside the range. All right. Nothing burger. All right. Let's go in and look at some details about price. See if we can get some details about price for the day. Why isn't this? Probably because my number lock isn't on. All right. I'm going to go down to a 5-minute charter right. Right. And we're going to look at the New York session in the morning and the afternoon. Okay. New York morning is red. New York afternoon is yellow, right? These 5-minute candles here. Right. Remember what we said about this right here? This high here, right? Took out prior liquidity, right? And then we start to sell away. New liquidity pool up here. This our dealing range high, right? This low right here took out prior liquidity. New liquidity pool down here, dealing range low. Right? We expand up, get a bullish breaking market structure. Okay, bullish breaking market structure. This order block right here that came down and took price, right? That's just eyeballing it. If we went 1, 2, 3, right? That's roughly the lower quadrant of the range. We can get a Fibonacci tool to test it. All right, buck up, quad. Look at that calibrated eye. Look at that calibrated eye. Right? So we got a bullish order block that took out liquidity, formed right around the lower quadrant of the dealing range. We trade back down into that order block. Maybe we trade into the breaker. Can't tell. Hit the breaker. Barely missed the order block. Barely missed the order block. Hit the breaker. Right. Came into the breaker. Barely missed the order block. Right. And then price displaced away. Boom. Taking out the buy side. All right. Taking out the buy side. So typical algorithmic price action, right? We engage liquidity in a direction, right? We get engaged buy side, quickly reversed, right? We dropped here, retrace back up, drop there. Anybody that was chomping at the bit to go short here, they went in, got enticed in by the shorts, then quickly, bam, took their stops out, right? Then retrace back down, boop, back to the buy side. Typical algorithmic price action, right? Typical algorithmic price action. Asian assassins, that what I just said should sound very familiar to you. Should sound very familiar to you. It's not just the Asian where it works. Time and price. 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 All right. So then we came back down, right? Traded back down into this little area of accumulation right there. We was accumulating. We were accumulating there, right? Got an opportunity to get a deep OTE retracement, right? Did we get to 80? Did we get to 79? Didn't get to 79, but we got the 62 in the sweet spot. All right. Say, Tim, why did you look for OTE right there? Because came up this area of accumulation over here. Right? Started here, we dropped down, we reversed, right? We're accumulating over here in this little area there. We displace away. And what do? You measure that leg, that displacement leg coming off some type of accumulation or distribution. That's when you look for OGOTE. Oh, let him cook. He's dropping gems. Put a one in the chat if I made you money. All right. So during this little area here, nice little trading opportunities there going into the New York, right? If you trade when New York first opens and you're anticipating this, nice entry opportunity there. If you don't trade when New York first open, nice OTE entry there, right? Nice order block entry there. This is on the 5-minute time frame. All right, so nice order block entry, nice OTE entry. This fair value gap entry took a lot of heat on that, right? Butthole was puckered up, especially if you took the mandatory stop right here. Especially if you took the mandatory stop. Sorry, y'all, my phone going crazy. Oh, sorry, y'all. Oh, sorry, y'all. Okay. All right. So yeah. And then in the afternoon, right? In the afternoon, we still like throughout from, like I said, from like 11. This is 11 o'clock here. From 11, right? And we trade all the way over here. Nothing is really super exciting about any of this price action, right? Nothing is super exciting about any of this price action, right? This afternoon, this final hour trading right here, you would have to really how can I put it? You would really have to trust the algorithmic signatures to be able to take something like this, right? We take out the buy side, right? We drop down, get a break in market structure, trade back up into the imbalance, right? Into the bearish breaker, and then we drop down, right? Taking out that sell side. I think we took that sell side too, right? But that right there, the low there is 21,166.50. The low of that right there is 21,166. So we did poke below that sell side there, right? This here, this is a very difficult trade to take if you're not more advanced, especially with all of this difficult price action right here, right? That's a very difficult trade to take if you're not more advanced, right? You really have to trust the last hour macro. You really have to understand what has price been doing all day, right? So in the last hour macro here, right? We've been just letting liquidity build on each side of the market, right? For the entire session, right? This is the 9:30 open. And then we come all the way over here to 3 o'clock. This is 3 o'clock. So at 3 o'clock, we come up here. And when we take this high, right, if you notice, we just manipulate the high, meaning we poke above it and we come right back down and we kind of hang there for a minute. And when we trade back up, we respect consequent encroachment of that wick right there. We don't try to make a new high, right? So we just manipulate that buy side. Okay, so now going into the after the afternoon macros is 3 o'clock, right? From 2:50 to 3, right? What's the algorithm job, right? It's a macro. You want to engage liquidity or imbalance, right? So here during the macro, right? Because the macro starts right here. We go up, boom, we manipulate buy side and we don't push through it, right? We don't push through it. Okay, we're not gunning back to the new day opening gap. We manipulate it. And then inside, and once the macro is over here, right, we go into the 315 to 345 macro, right? What is that macro's job, right? Same thing. All macros do the same thing. They attack liquidity or inefficiencies, right? So now we've just manipulated buy side, right? And we're going into another macro. Okay, when we go into another macro, here we are at 315, right? We drop down and we push up here and we don't go into the buy side, right? Instead, we turn around and displace lower here and take out the sell side. Okay, now we've taken out the sell side, but this time we take out the sell side, we're not manipulating it. We're continuing to push through, right? We're continuing to push through. We hit it, right? And then we come here again and we drop even deeper, right? So we're continuing to displace through the low, right? Why you say that, Tim? Because we created a fair value gap going into it, and then we created another fair value gap when we continue to move. So we're displacing through the lows, right? We've manipulated the highs and we're displacing through the lows. That right there is an algorithmic signature that I want to go in this direction, right? I manipulate this way and I displace this way, right? So that's why I say you got to really be advanced and understand the purpose of the end of day macro or any macro to be able to trust taking this short here back down, especially to that sell side. I would only took it to that sell side, but back down to that sell side right there. All right, back down to that sell side right there. So you got to really be able to trust. And then now price look like it's just now leaving. It is. I was gonna say look like price just now leaving the midpoint, because I was looking here. You see how price is like consolidating here, and then we had started consolidating here, right? I was about to say look like we just now leaving the midpoint, and we are right there. We're just now leaving the midpoint of this right here. Okay, and then look here, right? Where is this high probability PD array formed at right there? This is the lowest low. This is the highest high of our dealing range that we made going up, right around that 25%, right? That upper quadrant right there, and drop down. Shh. Don't say nothing. Just let him cook. All right, man. That's all I got. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this. I'm gonna go try to get me something to eat before I start the Asian Assassins. Tonight is, if I'm not mistaken, tonight is the final night of the Conquer the Asian session workshop. Because last night on the weekly Q&A, I did not record the impromptu lecture that one of the members asked for the Conquer the Asian session. Tonight, for the last session, I'm going to try to see if I can recreate that. I'm going to try to make lightning strike twice. Y'all know, hey, I speak extemporaneously. That's why I like to put together a lecture with slides so that I know exactly what I'm going to talk about. Right. Last night, I felt like it was a very good lecture about, it was dealing with dealing ranges and anticipating reversals and rejections of highs and lows and stuff like that right there. Right. So it was like a lot of stuff put together, but when it comes to stuff like anticipating rejections of highs and lows, anticipating reversals, you got to put a lot of different things together. There's no just one magic wand that's going to say this is how it goes. It's pretty much an experience thing, but you have algorithmic signatures that can help you along with when you start to get that warm and fuzzy, is because of the algorithmic signatures that you're seeing. So tonight for the Asian session, I'm gonna try to see if I can make lightning strike twice, because this time it's going to be recorded. The Wednesday night sessions don't be recorded, and that was something that was requested, and I feel like it was very helpful impromptu lecture. So for the last night of the session, we're going to recreate that impromptu lesson so that it can be archived, and those that want to go back and revisit it and help ingrain it in their medulla oblongata. Hey, man. Asian Assassins, I'll see y'all at 8. Oh, Diamond members, there probably won't be a tape reading stream in the morning. As y'all know, my eldest son is graduating tomorrow, and I was informed tonight at about 4:30 p.m. that tomorrow morning we are doing a family breakfast somewhere and giving him his graduation gifts. We're doing the pre-celebration before the graduation tomorrow morning. And I do not know what time the festivities will start. It's based off of when my 18-year-old son starts to move and shake in the morning. So it may not be a tape reading stream. If I happen to pop up and do a tape reading stream, jump on. If I don't, I'll see y'all Tuesday. I think Monday is a holiday. Is Monday a holiday? I think Monday is a holiday.
Memorial Day.
Yeah. So I'll see y'all Tuesday if I don't do a tape reading stream. What's up, Jim? I ain't know nobody was in here with me. If I don't do one in the morning, then I'll see y'all Tuesday. But other than that, everybody else, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. Asian Assassins, I'll see y'all in about 61 minutes. All right, man. Again, if this was your first time tuning into Tim's Tidbits, welcome. If it's not your first time tuning into Tim's Tidbits, I still want to say welcome. But I want to say thank you for always tuning into Tim's Tidbits. And until the next time I decide to get on Al Gore's internet and share my thoughts on this thing that they call price action, y'all be safe out here in these trading streets, man. Gone.